We're going to go to another federal MP, Keith Wolahan, the Liberal member for Menzies federally, but he's joining us from the state seat of Box Hill tonight. I'm just going to have a look for some latest results, if I can, on Box Hill. But Keith Wolahan, thank you for joining us. Look, we are seeing some real trouble for the Liberal brand right across eastern Melbourne. That is one of the very clear stories tonight. What do you make of that?
I think it's very similar to what we saw in the federal election. When I first looked at the map of metropolitan Melbourne, it's quite frightening. There's 3 Liberals. I'm one of 3, the other being Deakin and Aston, and there's one in Adelaide, one in Perth. That's why we started the metropolitan members group in the federal party room, and we're seeing it in the state seats as well. Tony Barry is absolutely right. Our party has a problem in metropolitan areas for the same reasons that the Labor's having a problem in the inner city areas. Demographics are creating challenges for us, and we need to face up to it and learn from it.
What do you do about that problem?
I think the first thing you do is you analyse it properly. It's very easy to say here tonight and create a headline for tomorrow about what we should do or who should lead the party or who's at fault, but it takes time to study these, and we're still learning lessons from the federal election 6 months on. So we will learn lessons from this state election, but that takes time and we have to do the work.
Keith Wolahan, Tamara O'Dine here. Do you actually now just write off the Teal seats, or can you win them back?
We can't do that. Australia is a big, wide, brown land, but more than 50% of Australians live in cities. There's no pathway federally to hold power without winning metropolitan seats, so I'm certainly not giving up on them. Peter Dutton's not giving up on them, and we can't win power in Victoria without winning metropolitan seats.
You mentioned
so
Peter Dutton there.
We have to win them back.
You mentioned Peter Dutton there. Is he a problem for Victorian Liberals like yourself?
He's not. I've got to know Peter really well in the last 6 months, and one of the things I've noticed in politics that it's very easy to portray people as a cartoon villain, and social media amplifies that. I've got to know Peter really well. He is a decent, wonderful person, and I think the closer we get to a federal election, I think people will see that in Victoria and New South Wales and other places. But it's not easy. I do acknowledge that.
Keith Wolahan, you said Tony Barry was spot on earlier. One of the things Tony Barry said was the Liberal Party now needs to adopt quotas for women. Do you agree?
I agree we need more women. I'm here in the seat of Box Hill where Nicole Werner, a Malaysian-Chinese young woman, won pre-selection by an overwhelming amount. I think we need more women, but I also think having party democracy can get us there.
So no quotas.
And I think if we do that, well, you can be open-minded to it, but I have seen pre-selection after pre-selection elect quality women here. The division wants it to happen, and we can do it democratically.
Keith Wolahan, you made some remarks, really strong remarks actually, in Parliament this week about the tone of the debate and the campaign in Victoria. What are the lessons that we can take from this?
I think the lessons are that in the age of social media, you only get a few seconds to get your message across, and social media rewards intensity and it rewards negativity. And I think it behoves all of us, my party, the Labor Party, to try and resist that and be our better selves. And that includes not, just using invective for our own personal gain. Other people will do that on Twitter and other places, but political leaders, I think, have an obligation to sometimes show our better selves. And I think Victorians and Australians are looking for us to show that leadership.
Just finally, Keith Wolahan, we're expecting to see the Liberal Party review of the last federal campaign, the one earlier this year. We're expecting that review from Jane Hume, Brian Loughnane on Monday. Putting together that and now what we're witnessing tonight in this Victorian election contest, one of the big issues the party seems to struggle with is this pre-selection problem. We had another one with Renee Heath in this Liberal campaign in Victoria. What needs to be done to better vet candidates for pre-selection?
The Victorian division actually introduced a new vetting process. It's never perfect. I went through it myself in the pre-selection that I went through in Menzies. But I think there's a broader problem, which is that we're only as good as the membership that make up our party. And I think more people need to join political parties, whether it's the Labor Party, the Greens and my party. I think COVID made people more interested in politics. So I urge all Victorians, get out and join a party, including my party or any other. Our democracy is stronger if more people join political political parties, and pre-selections will be better for it too.
Keith Willahan, thanks so much for joining us tonight. We were just talking there about the seat of Box Hill. Anthony, you've got some information you can share with us on Box Hill.
Look, I was just